Welcome back, everyone. How are you? It's 1 p.m. in Thailand time now. I hope you already get fresh up after the first lecture on the food security with Dr. Vishen in the morning session in Thailand that we have learned for the introduction of food security and the impact of food security as well, and showcase during the outbreak of the COVID-19 that in the first wave what we have done in order to maintain the food security in Thailand. And in the afternoon session, we will continue for food security items as well for the case study of the second wave and the policy, the measures, and some kinds of the example that we would like to share with you all around the world, how we could keep going on for food security even we are in the outbreak of the COVID-19. Thank you very much for coming back for today's session on the training course of the manufacturing productivity and green manufacturing technology and green productivity in rice mill factory. We create the Facebook fan page for our further communication and for further our cooperation as well. You can follow on the AITC OIE rice mill training course in the Facebook fan page. You can search it and apply to be our community. We will upload pictures, activities, materials, or any kinds of activities that we have done for the training course into this fan page. Okay. How many of you are in the Zoom application now? About 60 people in the Zoom I have seen. Some people still not open the camera. I'm not familiar yet for our colleagues, but I hope that for today afternoon and until the end of our training course on Friday, I will get more familiar with you again. Okay, so are you ready for the second lecture? Continue with Dr. Vishen on the food security. If you are ready, may I invite the second lecture from Dr. Vishen on food security to be delivered on the Thailand experience for the second wave of the COVID-19 outbreak. So the floor is yours, Doctor.
Thank you very much, Vitaly. Thank you very much. Okay, hi everyone. Welcome back to the second session that I will continue from this morning that we mentioned about the first outbreak of the COVID-19 and at time the first wave that we have stopped on the speaker from
Excuse me, sir, the voice is again not clear.
Sorry for the technical problems because we use also a lot of battery from the microphone. So our technician will replace the battery into the microphone for the lecturer Dr. Vishen Lerth Pathanakrit to continue on the second lecture of the food security could you please wait for a while our technician will replace for the battery. Even we are in the Zoom platform, but as I said that we are still connected together by using the digital application. But using the digital application, there are also some technical problems that we are facing now as well. So I would like to apologize for these technical problems as well. But I have seen most of you coming back to the participation in the second lecture for today's session. In the morning, if anyone are not applied for the pre-test in our document, I would like to request you to do and conduct the pre-test in the morning session that will cover for 4 topics.
ดีไหมทดสอบเปิดไมค์ถูกแล้วใช่ไหมดังไหมดังเลยนี่ได้ยินเสียง
Okay. Dr. Vishen, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, let's move to Dr. Vishen, please.
Thank you, Charlie, very much. I will apologize for the technical issue. Okay, we come back to the presentation again. As connecting from this morning, we stopped somewhere here that we have the sharing cabinet for every communities. That time that every community is they're sharing together, they're sharing the food, they're sharing the stuff, food can and whatever in the cabinet. And everyone that hungry can pick up or no money. When somebody lose job and nothing to do, they can go to their communities and that have chairs and they pick up the food as they want. And also the government do something like this. Actually, we have a truck like this, and they sell the food along the village, and also some community as well in Bangkok. They have some kind of food. We call it Lot Phum Phuong in Thailand, or Car Phum Phuong, the truck Phum Phuong. It's sell everything that for the household to cooking, and also it's the have phenomenal is called the food in the box. Yeah? 20 baht food box is the round, like a 60 cents US or something. It's very cheap. Is each box they consist of a rice and on the top of the pork or something or noodle or one egg fried. Very cheap, 20 baht. And now the culture is still in the village or is still in the community as well. That is help us to save our communities. This is the kind of box that is sell. You can see they have eggs, they have many kind of food. One box 20 baht, very cheap. And so I mentioned earlier on this morning that they have the issue about the coronavirus disease can transmit the food, and several some country they like it can transmit via the seafood or whatever, and this one as the people that work in food industry, the hot or the heat to heat the food before eat, that the way safe way to do it. So everybody to have concern that you have to well cook of the food before eat and keep themselves clean, wash your hand with alcohol and whatever. So we go to the second wave in Thailand. In Thailand, the second wave is happened in the province in Sumut Sakhon. If nearby Bangkok is not far from Bangkok, it's about 30 kilometers something from Bangkok, the central Bangkok. Since on the January 4th, 2021, that's the highest province for the COVID. And what is the government done on this month? I'm thinking this month, January. Yeah, they allow more than the lockdown in the first wave. What the government doing? Let the people can sit in the restaurant. In the first wave, we closed all the restaurant. Not the sit in and eat in restaurant not allowed. We have to buy and eat at home. But now we allow to sit in the restaurant. But it's closed at 9 p.m. all restaurant closed, and alcohol not allowed to eat. And also food court in the beginning they not allow, but now they allow. And in the beginning they won't let they bring the food. All department store, convenience store, the high restriction, but not lockdown. Now this time, and each province they have the size of the restriction differently. Like in Samut Sakhon, we treat it like in Wuhan in China, very locked down in the area in the market. But around that area, there's still, that the people can make their activities for economic activities. They can drive the market around small shop and convenience store around the restriction area. That control very high at that time. This time. And anyway, this last week in Bangkok, metropolitans allowed the 13 activity to allow this business to run, and the distancing is allowed, like massage, the massage, Thai massage, very famous. They are around last week, and also in the second wave, they give the reason of this why the Bangkok not locked down, because they already announced that rule and regulation, and most of the people know themselves how to caring themselves from the COVID, how to guard themselves, wearing the mask and clean themselves, and follow the rule and regulation that announced already. That means they understand the situation and readiness than before. So everybody is scared from the COVID as well, but they know how to protect themselves. This is the key point. And during that time, we see the statistic of the patient is on 28th of December around 42, and accumulate about the second wave around 1,590, and anyway, we have the proactive to find out who is infected, and also what we did, the government did, they find out who is the high risks in the profile that high risks, and they due down to the family, due down to the social that guy or that patient went through, that to get the test from the COVID-19 and check, and it's still increased every day. So further on the date on January 3rd, they have increased every day. It's around 300 new patents, and they accumulate around 7,694 on the January 3. And next is the situation of today 26. We have a new patents of COVID in around 959 person today, and we have to accumulate 14,646. That's quite a lot now. But anyway, we have they get well around 10,000 people that can go home. So anyway, we get even more the patents here, but the people is still around in some like a dangerous pest or top high dangerous pest that we classify that have a lot of will have a rule and regulation different from the other area that no patents that COVID infection. So this is the accumulation of today of the world. USA is still number one, and India and Brazil and Russia and UN as well. That the ranking of today, and today that we saw that accumulate is the 14,646 that the people that infects in Thailand today. So it's information today. Just grab from the news of the COVID center that announced just a moment, and we grab the picture and put it on a PowerPoint for you. So this picture is show that on during they have the pandemic at the Samut Sakhon province. The one thing that the infection at that time, they make confidential of eating seafood. Everybody's scared that it might contaminate to the seafood and can trigger to the food that. At that time, we cannot sell, like a shrimp or, seafood products cannot sell. In the picture, that guy in the middle, that he is the Ministry of the Health, he showed that you can eat seafood, make people confident that you can buy and bring back home to cook, and cook in the well cooked in the kitchen with the high heat, and at a portion of time that will be safe for everyone. And also the committee member eats seafood during lunch to prove that no contamination of the food of the COVID-19 at that time as well. What is what we did for the first and second wave of COVID-19. I will jump to the Thai solution overall, that what the public policy of Thailand trying to do about the food. That before the COVID, we have some policy that we did along the way, and the policy from the last strategic plan called the new S-curve of Thailand to BCG model. BCG stands for biotechnology, circular economy, and green technologies that combine of the various types. I will show in the next picture that in the next picture we'll see more easier. It's like a picture, this one. So the first one is called new S-curve policy. That what we're trying to do, the Thai government to try to help Thailand to not to stuck at the income trap of the country income trap. They find new solution of Thailand to jumping above the Thailand income trap. And one of the policy is called future food. What is the future food? Future food consists of 4 kinds of food that have high value products. That food, the first one is we try to generate the food called organic food that is safe for the people. And now there's very new trend of the people that love to have the organics. And the second is the medical food. What is the medical food? Is like putting something that help the people and have to certify by FAO Thailand to prove that if you eat that kind of food, it will help your health better. And third is functional food, as we know, everyone, like a functional drink as well. Right now we have like a vitamin water, the sale in the convenience store. And also the last one is novel food. Novel food is the food that create the new from the innovation like insect. That insect is everybody know that is have higher protein than meat. And so this 4 kinds of food, that is our public policy of the Thailand in the strategic plan called new S-curve. To help the entrepreneur and to help the people and to make Thailand can grow in the economics, in the sense of develop the market and also the products of Thailand, that to make it happen. It's quite related with the industry 4.0. At that time we are move forward the industry in Thailand to be industry 4.0. Even our food industry company in Thailand is around 200,000 company that consists of small and medium and large company. Is that is all cover all kind of food in Thailand that we call here in Thailand. We call it the kitchen of the world of Thailand. So one of the key points of Industry 4.0 that we have to follow, like the leadership of Industry 4.0, like in German, that he's created the like a Fraunhofer and create the concept of Industry 4.0 that no people contaminate. In some industry in Thailand, in food industry, especially for the drinking and in the bottle or in can, actually it's like a aseptic concept. Aseptic is like no contaminate of the people during on the chain of the supply chain in the products, in the process, in the factory, and everything is automatic until the end of the process. They are packing and by use the robot also, and by use the robot arm and to packing to the pallet and also to the box. Okay, so it's make sure that it's safe from the contaminant of everything, and also with the standard of GMP and HACCP that will help. Also they get standard like a BRC. And also the water in the bottle that we have the many kind of standard, and FS or even GMP or whatever, or HACCP. The drinking in Thailand in the bottle that we sell that meet the standard is also help. This one that the government try to push the policy of Industry 4.0 to be like the standard in the country to help the country to understand what the going change that for particular like in food industry that we face now. That and the many of the entrepreneur and the factory in Thailand try to get the Industry 4.0. In the future, we will face something more trouble, like we can't get the labor in the food industry, especially for the seafood industry, that we have to get the labor from Myanmar a lot, like this happened on the pandemic now in that area. In fact, yesterday, the government tried to open the more activities in the area called Samut Sakhon province, but unfortunately, yesterday the total of the patent is increased. We cannot do that, so they still lock down in the parts of that area. And the third policy is the BCG, is biotechnology and circular and green industry. And this one is promoted by Agricultural and Ministry of Industry. And a very important policy is these three technologies and the economy is a mix-up to help the entrepreneur and Thailand to meet the standard of and using our resources as much as we can. This policy will help understand that we can use this like a circular economy. We use the resources until to finish the line. Like if you have food and not only food or not only meat, we try to use everything to finally finish the product. And also green industry, we can save the environment as well. So this is the important public policy of Thailand that we launched, and we try to make it happen in Thailand, that consists of the various the output and outcome from the government, and also we try to make it happen as fast as possible for this kind of policy. This relates to the pandemic that happened, and to help the surround of the industry and the food industry as well. The other one of the innovative, and we found during the pandemic last year and this year as well, we see the product called plant-based burger, that is baked from various type, but not from meat. It's not real meat. We call it plant-based. And also they have another one, and this one is called meat, creepy pork, avatar. Okay, it's another product that is not from meat. It's alternative food for everyone. Now to make sure that our food securities have alternative more. And also even the well-known brand, this one,
that everyone you see may hungry is made from vegan also. This one is you can see how widespread of the alternative meat for the cooking different burger. So the other one is kind of it's happened. I saw this vertical farm in the first time in the Republic of China in Taiwan, and also now I can see in Thailand also. We call it vertical farm. It's quite innovative. That we grow in the building also, and they have the layers, the many layers to grow the tree, to grow the vegetable, and also the using the technology, less water. It's not like in Israel. Israel, I saw like the plant in Israel is on the field, and they use a little bit water. But this one is a different kind of grow of the tree. We call it indoor in the farming, and this one is another potential that we can save the environment also, and is more easier, and to make sure that the food security have alternative for the people in Thailand. So I go five past. Now I go to another topic. Yeah, and this one you guys will be interesting for the case study. That I'm talking about the case study. This one is from the I call it local innovation ecosystem to the sustainable. About 3 years ago, I met one guy. He is a farmer, a rice farmer in the northeast of Thailand. That this model that he tried to make the farm management and also make the manufacturing in marketing as what the base they do. They do big farming or large-scale farming for to grow the rice, to crop the rice, and also the collaborative or cooperative, and they try to meet the standard as well. And the area that they grow rice is called Saket. Saket. If you see in the picture, is around near in the middle. You can see the Saket point is that area. Actually, in northeast of Thailand, is like a big land. You know, they can crop the rice, and very suitable to grow rice. And one of the most very famous of Thailand to grow rice, we call jasmine rice. In Thai language, we call khao homali. Khao is mean rice. Homali is mean jasmine. It's the smell when you cooking the rice. It smells very good like jasmine. And also in this area, they have the big area for to grow the rice. I know this guy. He's right now he is to be a senator, a representative of the agricultural occupation. He is one of senator in the parliament now. His name is called Lubunmi. Lubunmi, he collect the farmer on that area and to be community enterprise to like they have the community enterprise consists of the several farmers there, and they have their own land, and they make the commitment to crop the rice, and also they have the standard like USDA, GI, also IFOM, and most of the rice that go is organic rice. They believe that organic rice can export the product to another country like in Europe, and that is very famous now for the organic rice. That can help the people and the farmer to sustainable. This is the rice mill. It looks like this, and the area is quite big. They have the area connecting is. That you see the land is behind the rice mill is all is the field of the farm. That very big area, very big. I will show you a statistic of the size of later follow this one. And this one is the model. Actually, I grabbed from the book, and you can search in Google as well. Is by Springer Publishing, I think, and I forget to put on the name. just very quick. And this is the kind of model that what the farmer in Thailand doing, and they have a very like a flowchart of this one. And I don't want to drill down how they did, but I will spend some time just why that you can see. In the northeast province, they have many kind of things like village meal, and also, but in case of Lumunmi, of it is rice meal, and I will show you as a big farm. They put it together like a big farm. The land is connecting, and they protect again from the chemical and do it like a standard, like iPhone. And they have the certified by the organization of the organic to come very often to make sure that the product is real okay. And then they use the technologies. We also work with him to certify on the package. We are working when I'm working at the food institutes here in Bangkok here, and we went there to training for the GMP, for the good manufacturing practice for them, for the in the pack the food, and they pack quite small, like 1 kilo, that you can sell easier, and you can see that it's like a high value rice in Thailand. Not only jasmine rice in Thailand. Now we have the various kind of rice, and like GI, low GI. Low GI is the other one that's very interesting. And also this is innovation also for the Thai rice that produce high value of rice. And this one you can see that he have a showcase in the various, you can see OTOP. OTOP stands for one Tambon, one province. Actually, it's have a name that this province have the very kind of product is the best product that can sell. It's right guarantee that this product is the best of the province and come to sell. If you see the picture, of course, they have the various rice that in the box or in the package. Also, in the rice picture, you can see the various products. It's like orisa. Orisa is the oil is made from rice. Also, and various things that they can produce. And also, they develop the product. It's like a cookie from rice and various rice. And then we can make the cookie and sell the alternative products for this one. This is very interesting. They make all the farmer and they get back the money like a dividend, or they sharing together and they get the income for sustainable. When you move together like a big farm, it's not like a smaller farm, but now they integrate the small one together to be a very big area going right. And now they're going to use more technical technologies like smart farming project. They use drone and sharing in the big farm, like to use to make the farm, to see and to observe the farm, how is okay or not, or is turned to yellow or something or not. And also this is a statistic. If you can see, we can understand. Before they have the pain point, Lumunmi Community Enterprise, they have a lot of pain point. The land area is around 720 rice located in Sisaket province. The member around 30 of communities that they have collaboration together. And the standard is iPhone is EU, NOP, and USDA. And in the past, they have the pain point is the land problem, and also the soil, also, and the cost of the production, also the market and pricing, and labor, capital, appropriate technologies to use, management issue, debt, and addition income, and also healthy of the people. In 5 years ago, I know that the average of the old age of the farmer rice growing crop rice in Thailand is around 63 years. But now they have more younger people that go back to homeland and they try to develop the products. And the young, they use the new technologies like smart farmer. We call the project like smart farmer to help their homeland and to make their environment and ecosystem more sustainable. And also, if we go to the rice export, and even in this situation, we see that it's dropped about 50% also. We also know that the rice sponsor association estimate the total rice export in year 2020 is the 5 million tons only, half of last year at 10 million tons. This is one of the news from the nation on November 5th, 2020. And this one is information from FAO UN. This shows that even we do, but our statistic that on your bottom right side, you see, and you can see on rice that the rice is compared to year 2000, it's dropped. And also I make sure that in this year the productivity is going to drop also. But anyway, rice is very important and the main of what Thai people love to eat, and also we sell exports at the high quality rice of the world. So I think I run too very fast. May I have water, please? Okay. Before I go any further, I think I will let the floor. Everybody can share with me or can question. You can ask via on the chat on the Zoom application, and you put your question in there, and Kun Charlie will present and ask me on the question, and if I can answer now, I will. Okay, please. I will turn back to the floor, please. We have only one topic left, just not very long. It's like 10 minutes left for the topic called the global solution and food security. And during time, I will let the floor to join us together. We just want your interaction also, because we are even far away, but we try to make our best that to make this training happen. And today is the first day. We have another 3 days left that you're going to learn something about the rice mill also, and the rice mill technology in the following days. So, Kun Charlie, could you please to get the question from the floor, or anyone wants to share to each other among the country, and it will be pleased for the audience today that you can join us from the topic that I mentioned from earlier. You can share anything like your COVID-19 in your country, your situation here. Even in Thailand, it's getting worse sometimes, but we try to make the economic activities going on and to run through our Thailand to make it happen. So please.
Yes, thank you very much, Dr. Vichian, for your recommendation that we should share our experiences on the outbreak of the COVID-19 in the topics of the food security. We also would like to know about the situation of food security as well when we have faced the COVID-19. In Thailand, as you may know, that we are abandoned of food processing, the agricultural product and food processing. But in some country that we heard from the news, some people have to line up for going to the grocery store or the supermarket. So it means that there are lack of the food for eat. So if anyone would like to share the experience about the food security in that period, it would be appreciated for making our course to be more interactive. So anyone would like to share, can you can raise your hand in the chat message or give me a signal so that we can allow you to speak on the microphone.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, please.
Yes.
I am from India.
Yeah, from India.
Okay.
Am I audible? Am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
we hear you. So go on.
Due to sudden lockdown and interruption of the so laborers working in different cities, they are forced to come back to their native villages by road, by walking, and also by bicycle also. So on the way, some persons, some people, they served cooked food to those laborers. They are coming from distant cities to their native villages. That's what I wanted to share.
I see. Thank you very much. For colleagues from India, are you from which city in part of the country? Are you from the New Delhi or somewhere?
No, some industrial cities,
Ah,
the
yes.
laborers working in the industrial cities, they are forced to, after the lockdown and the interruption of the railway service, they came to their village by walking.
Mhm.
Nearly 1500 kilometer, 1500 kilometer by walking or by bicycle. Okay, on the way, on the national highway side, some persons distributed food, cooked food to those laborers coming to their villages. Okay.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. India, for your sharing experience about how to find the food during the outbreak of the COVID-19. So it's quite hard times as well for some people to find, to accommodate themselves. Any one of us would like to share the experience for the stable of food security in your area or in your country. So anyone would like to volunteer or would like to share? If not, may I just lucky draw to some our colleagues from. I saw a lot of Senegal people register in this training course. Anyone from the Senegal, please? There are 10 colleagues participating in this training course. I found one, Mr. Serin. If not, it's okay. It's okay. It's no problem for joining us. But I see there are most of the cynical people are interested to join in this program. Apart from India, about the Latin America, in Latin America, I saw the news as well that the people have to line up into the department store or the grocery to finding the food for making them for security as well. Anyone from Latin America country would like to share the experience in order to maintain yourself or maintain your family during the outbreak of COVID-19? Now, Latin America is almost midnight, I guess.
Nobody hungry.
Oh, Costa Rica, I saw you, Mr. Ruiz.
Hi,
Okay.
how are you?
Yeah, we are good.
Hi.
Yes, we have some problems with the COVID
Costa Rica.
pandemic begins because the borders was closed to our nearest countries, and they difficult the trade, and we have some problems to get the things from Nicaragua to and from to Panama, and maybe one month to establish the protocols with can make trade with the other countries. That was the difficult time we with the pandemic, COVID pandemic.
So it means the lockdown policy will cost you for the problems of the food security.
Yes,
I see.
to trade with other countries.
To trade with the neighboring countries nearby Costa Rica. I see. Thank you very much, colleagues from Costa Rica. Anyone of us would like to share more on the in this session again? From Mali. Yeah, I saw my colleagues from Mali. You raise your hand in the chat box. Okay, the floor is yours. Mr. Yeah, Mr. Dauda. Yes, please. Yes, you can talk now. We could not hear you. You hear from Thailand? It is.
Raise your hand if you can hear us.
We could not hear you. We could not hear you. There is no microphone in your application. He's talking now, but unfortunately, the application that you are using, there is no microphone. Anyway, you can interact with us by chatting in the message, so we can deliver to our colleagues. Anyone else? Our administration? Okay. I thought if there is no one at this moment, maybe we can continue for the content of the lecture, and then when we finish for the lecture, we can wrap it up and have a small discussion again for the experience of each country or each area in the region of the world that we are affected to the COVID outbreak 19 and preparing for the food security. So, Dr. Vishian, the floor is yours again.
Yeah, thank you, Charlie. Great, well done. And we thank you for everyone that joined us. Could you go back to the PowerPoint screen again, please? Yeah, thank you. I love that you join us. We are not alone. We live in the world that we have the same situation with the pandemic that ruin our life, and also we have to live with it. And the topic that we mentioned now and we're talking is the food securities that we try to live with it. With even we have the obstacle of the problem that happen in the world now, and also we try our best that to live with it. Even you was locked down or you have the limitation of to spend your life, and the lifestyle change. The school was closed, and the restaurant was to have restriction area. You can go out, and also you cannot shopping, or some people not allowed to traveling via the provinces, among the provinces in the country. Also, we go to the global solution about the food security. We go back to academic again. In my experience, I found two policy of the world of the global solution to help us for the food securities that make it better. One is the food loss and food waste. The owner of the project is the Feed at UN. I know one guy that worked at UN in Thailand. I know his name is Mr. Jai, and he do this project, and he do this project to make UN the project called Feed at UN. And also this Feed at UN, they try to sustain the development goal to fulfill the SDG. And this 17 square, you can see they have the various objective of to sustain our world together, like no poverty on the first one. The second is zero hunger, and also the good health, and the various other things. I don't want to read it all. You can see, or you can search in the Google and search the name called Sustainable Development Goal. You can see this one. Also, you go directly to the UN Nation, the website there, and you can see this policy that happened. And in Thailand, we do a different way. we have the corporate, the big corporate, to do like social responsibilities activity or policy, and they use SDG as the one of the KPI, key format indicator, that to meet the key format indicator. They put in SDG as the key performance indicator for the company to support the corporate social responsibilities that they can meet, they can help the people. The next one, I'll show you this one, the zero waste. It's very important, this one. If you see carefully from the top, is zero waste. It means we prevention, no waste. It means no waste. And the second, human food. If we have the waste food, we make it to be human. We like turn it to be human food, or we conversion it to another kind of food, or we do to be the animal food, and raw material, we bring it to be raw material, or we fertilize it like a biotechnologies. They turn the fruit and to be the water or the fruit juice, and when they fertilize, they make another kind of like juice in the biotechnologies to be the probiotics. Okay. And the third, like do nothing, is the burn like energies. And the worst is to burn as waste finally. So this one I think is quite useful for a hierarchy of the food, zero waste, and we learned together today. And I helped you to understand why we have to focus on, why UN feed at UN to have to focus on the food loss and food waste also. And this one is a project called Feed Up at UN. And this one, if you from the left side, you can see the production of the farmer and distributor, packaging and logistics, also along the way of the supply chain that they're going to do the products and the finished product, and the government plan to intervention or the policy to prevent, reduce the loss and waste, and limit of the environment impact, ensure that food security, and improve the extension service and support, and to be a sustainable and circular food system. And finally, is as the SDG or Sustainable Development Goal to implement it. And this idea of the Feed Up at UN, they try to make the food loss as the invisible food to be a surplus food. That means some kind of food they nearly to, the best before is like best before is less another 2 months. They can turn best before to sell in another platform, and to make it like a platform to create the product, and the entrepreneur can sell the product in that platform. That they help, the price is not that we call the food loss to be invisible, okay? And also we help the alternative consumption and non-edible for the well gas, and also alternative for the processing. It's like it's one that I know that they do the seafood and do the seafood like a fish, and the part of the they doing can already. They have the water along the processing. They can turn to be the the other products for cosmetic as well. And also it's so it helped us to make like using the technologies called blockchain for this system. They can traceabilities and make sure that the live product is come from the resource that raw material is the right material, is safe enough to can buy. And also they have a channel for the government and also the agency and also NGO to join the charity with the product in the system. if you know the blockchain is quite safe for the technology that help the system more reliabilities, and they cannot, like a cheat, or they have security enough to make the system more reliabilities. Okay, this the other platform that happened. You can see furthermore from the website of UN or UNECE if you love to study more for the topic of the food loss, food waste, or even the feed at UN. This appear on the website of UN or UNECE. So I will see this one that they are mentioned is the part of SDG also. Okay, I think, and we come to nearly the last slide, but I'm thinking a couple slides we're going to end the presentation today. And this one is grabbed from the book. I would like to emphasize, it's like, the change that the future food business. This one is, he wrote a bit for 2 years, 3 years, that a graph this one for. It's the list of the resource of the how to do the food business. They have so many things that consist of they have so many critical success factor that like a number 8, number 9 now is they have information, also is big data, and number 9 is the connectivity to the digital world. And also you see the triangle, the resource on the left one from the number 1 to 18 is the resource of production. And on the top, that consumption, number 1 and to number 8, like growth and urbanization, the economic development, income, and government program, and biofuel, and also other industry and consumption behavior. That's all the consumption topic, okay? And on the right is about the risk or uncertainty. It's about, like external uncertainty, like a political, legal, and economics, natural, and social, cultural, and technology. I will add more pandemic also. It's like that we found that to fulfill this slide, and whatever that I think like war and thinking, but this very important. Where we are on the same industry is food. Even we are focused on the right in the more tomorrow topic. And today is the first start of the seminar today. I'm focused on the food security on my topic. I think you guys we can learn more. And other one that we have how to way to make our food system more sustainable. And this one is quite interesting. If you can see, I want to go through on the 10. I think we have. I would like to again. We'd like you to join the interaction with us for this food sustainable development. But for this one, you can see there's like some like unify something low eating and encourage cooking and design menu for the follow season. And this will help us to make our food system more sustainable, and even rotate the crop variety regularly, and also waste less and focus on waste less. Don't eat like eat everything and you throw away everything. And number 6 is we support the fair trade. Fair trade very important for the food in the future and now also. 7 is a consider of the food through cost. 8, invest financially. 9, avoid additive. Sorry. And number 10, be willing to forego convenience. Okay, that I think that the 10 way to make our food system sustainable makes sense for this paper that I mentioned. Okay, I will leave you with the last slide, and this one somebody maybe look closely a bit that you can see that I would like to congratulate for everyone that you have a right choice to study in the food industry, especially for you can see that we're talking about the shelf life of the food, If you on the left hand side is all the food, and the right hand side is compared to the technologies. If you are in food technology, in food industry, compared to the technologies, you can see ping pong, you can see Atari, you can see iPhone, you can see Nokia, you can see PlayStation, and the blue color is the lifetime or the shelf life of the products. You can see that very short. But for the food, and like honey, like a salt, sugar, and oat, or vanilla, or milk, they have a long life more than compared to the technology industry. So congratulations to all of us, to everyone, to all over the world now, 60 countries, 90 countries, that we are all together, enjoy that we are work in the food industry. And also thank you for everyone that to join for the food security topic today. I think it's not end now. We just leave this picture to let you think twice that we are right choice for our food security and food industry for today. So I will give to Kun Charlie again for the Q&A and also interaction. And anyone want to share, please. I'm going to end this seminar by this tonight for someone, and for this afternoon for in Bangkok time here. Please, Charlie, please.
Yeah, thank you very much, Dr. Vishen Lerth Pathanakit, for your very intensive content for the food security in the first and the second lecture for today of the training course organized by OIE in collaboration with NFI, funded by Thailand International Cooperation Agency. We have learned for the global measures initiated by the United Nations for the food for the sustainability first, and for the food for loss, foods for waste, and followed by that global policy Thailand is adopted for the industrial development in the sector of the future of the food. Not only for the production process, we also caring about the environmental friendly that we are also formulating the BCG model, bioeconomy, circular economy, and green economy into our processing of the food industry. And in order to formulate that policy, when we facing the unexpected event like the outbreak of the COVID-19, we can handle for surviving by eating and enoughing of the food for the Thai people. That's the wrap up information for the first and the second lecture for the first day of our training course. Now it's time for Q&A again for the representative from each member of this training course. I see about 10 chats in the text box. Anyone would like to share with us or have any question with the lecturer before we end of the today's session?
Good afternoon, sir. Hello.
Hello, yes.
Hello. Hello.
Hello, yeah, go on.
Whether the current global production is secure for the current global population, the current food production globally, whether it is secure for the current population of the global population, number one. And number two, is there any possibility of scarcity of food in near future, in prediction for scarcity of food in the future?
You asked for the figures or statistics in the future, is it?
Yeah.
Maybe Dr. Vishen could estimate for the figure of the statistic or the information in the near future, not too far away. That in your opinion, what should be the figures that should be suitable for the consumption of the food for the global? Or maybe you can show the example for Thailand.
I think the consumption in Thailand is still getting higher, but anyway, the need from over the world, and as the Thailand is the kitchen of the world, and we grow a lot of the raw material resource like rice and many kind of food that you can list, like it varies. We produce a lot of chim also. We produce a lot of different kind of food, or even the canned food like tuna can that we are #1 of the world that we can send out to export as the product from Thailand. And our structure of the food industry, we consist of around 200 companies, small and medium enterprise, and is 0.03 is the biggest companies. It's like a listed company in the stock exchange of Thailand, that we can produce a lot of food that to export more. And also the need from the COVID is to will impact all of us to produce more the food for to feed to our global. Thank you. Very good question.
Yes, thank you, Dr. Vision, for your explanation for the estimate of the figure of the food industry in Thailand and in the global as well. Are there any interaction from the representative of each country in the training course? I see many thank you in the chat box, but there is not the questions. Okay.
You can ask, you can talk, you can show, because we have the work together. We are member also.
So in tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, if you have some example or any showcase that you would like to show with us, yeah, please feel free to bring with you. And yeah, we will have the session for you to present some example that represent the successful case of food security in your country, and also in the topic of the Erasmus as well. What does functional and novel food means?
Oh, okay, thank you for your question. First, novel food. Novel food is like an innovation food, and they grab from not the normal food. It's like from insect, insect or the different kind that we know that they have high protein. The high protein that we convert it to be another food, and they some place they cooking to be like a cookie or snack bar by resource from insects that the most help. We call that type of food, we call it novel food. And for the reason to make it more value-added products in Thailand. For the functional food is like like any other functional food that they produce the foods in the way of the new way of the products, and to transfer to make a value of the food, and cooking and well done and put in the package is mostly we call it functional food. And also functional drink, they create the new drink. It's like a vitamin drink. If you see now in Thailand, we have the water with the mixing the vitamin in there, and we call it functional drink. Or we are putting something, is a different kind of drinking that mix up like watermelon with the other type of some food on it. We call it functional drink. Yeah, I think I answered your question. Okay. Thank you. Very good question.
Yeah, thank you very much for the question that's asking for the definition of the novel foods. So Dr. Vichian already explained that it's like making cooking of the, like for example, if you come to Thailand, you can see the food store on the road, and then we pick up something to eat and cook it for hygienic. Yeah. So you have to experience in Thailand next time if we organize this kinds of course in the next future. I saw the question from the chat box from Myanmar colleagues. What is called S-curve? Not Y, is it?
Yeah, okay.
What should be what? S-curve. S-curve is theory of the development policy that we would like to go beyond the development by using S capital. So in Thailand, we adopt that theory to develop our industry by focusing on the sector. And food industry also one of the sector in the S-curve policy as well for Thailand industrial development. We also have the new S-curve as well that we aim higher to more than the developing country to be the developed country by using the high technology and digital. So we call new S-curve. For example, in the sector of the next generation automobile, electronic, smart electronics, or even the robotics and aviation. That's the answer for the stand for S-curve for the question from Myanmar.
Adding a little bit, Kun Charlie, please.
Yeah, please.
And, S-curve is like lifetime of the corporate or lifetime of the sector of industry is like S-curve is going down, and they're going up to head up and S-curve. If we have S-curve in the old industry, that means we're going to like not going down. But we have developed S-curve as a product. That means we forecast in the future that we do better than we are living now. And so we have to leave the fog to be S-curve, and we can go further. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Vishen. Maybe next questions
Yes, please.
from our friend. How environmental changes affect food securities? The change of the environmental, how would affect to the food security? Could be broad questions.
Yeah, thank you for the question. It's quite broad as well, because environment is that we live, that we grow the tree. If environment change, then we can't grow the trees, and the food, the soil change. Like the soil is everything that contaminate the soil, and from the chemical, we cannot plant the tree, we cannot crop the tree, and also in the water also is the contaminate of the chemical is not very good. And also the weather now is like here we see PM 2.5 in Thailand now. It get along with the COVID is real bad. If you go out to do something or you feeding animal something, is will contaminate, and the life of the animal that we feed for is not that success, and they cannot feed them and they grow enough. That's all. I think.
Thank you.
I think the environment important for everyone. Yeah.
There will be one more question I see from the chat box. Our admin, could you show maybe the last question before we end the first day? How many numbers of food loss on production level, and how to reduce it? How many numbers? So it's me the figure again, Dr. Vishen. Food loss on the production level.
I'm really sorry I cannot see to be a number of the food loss. But anyway, in this project of Feed at UN that I try to monitor in the UNECE, and I talked to the guy that he tried to build this project up, and they have the many kind of products. Like you go to the market. Yeah, they're like vegetable. And they have lifetime, or even seafood, or the finished products. Yeah. They have their lifetime. They have shelf life. Yeah, and various we have a lot of food loss that can join the projects of the Feed at UN. I think from the various countries also. Try to contact to the project called Feed at UN. It's the idea that to help us to make our zero waste to all the raw material resources for the food that we can convert it. That I will show you on the triangle, the picture of the zero waste.
Okay, thank you very much. Before this question, I saw some people asking for the reference for the document. Our administration will reply in the text box. And it should be the last question of this session. Is the opinion question, Dr. Vishen.
Yeah.
Do you think that deepening of the local
going up a bit?
Deepening of the local products, deepening on the local stock with the local products, consider as a good form for food security? the local stock with local products. This should be the good form of the food security.
Yeah, it's real good. Actually, it's happened in Thailand. We have the local raw material, and we produce to be the local products as well. And also we try the products is we make the product on the local is cheaper because the logistic reason. And the second is to make it to more value of the products. And also what we did, we help the local products to, actually the food products have lifetime and will transfer to be the local product. They can extend the shelf life. That means that you can sell longer in supermarket, you can sell longer in the market. That will local product to support or to be local product is the best. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. There will be one more. The question is never ending. I think
Thank you.
most of the
Please,
people now
please.
interactive to join us again. What is the relationship between the poverty and food security?
Wow. Yeah, we mentioned earlier from the first slide, like food security is about the access to the first food, is about the availability, food about the stabilities. That poverty is that mean none, they have not enough food, that not available, cannot access the food or whatever, and not stabilities that mean that we cannot access the food. There hunger and starvation. That's all.
Okay, and I see that the message for the opinion from our colleagues from Egypt that I think we can add global food security solution, close the yield gap. Closing the gap between what is being produced and what could be produced would be both reduce the need to clear land for agriculture. This is the opinion from our colleagues from Egypt.
I agree.
Thank you very much.
This opinion, they would deeply agree. Because indeed this one is idea is I really indeed agree with you because it will help us together and help the globe as also, and it will help help each other from Egypt also help there, and I will try to convince everyone here also and to do our best for the food waste in Thailand and the project. It's several projects. It's like that I mentioned. I help the food. Thought for Food, they try to convince young entrepreneurs and young technical and technology like a smart farm and to build the solution for the world also. And they're going to have the competition from the around the globe of the country and build technology to help, and for food waste is very important. If we can use the resource as zero waste, it will, outstanding, and everybody will be happy. It's not destroy our environment as well. Thank you. I indeed agree this one.
Yeah, thank you very much, Dr. Vishian, for your maybe closing remarks for support the opinion from our colleagues from the Zoom application.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. I think we are coming up at the end of our session for today. The first day of our lecture of the training course, Training to Enhance Manufacturing Technology and Green Productivity in Rice Mill Factory. Tomorrow we will start again at 9 o'clock in Thailand time. So it means that in Latin America we'll start at night around 8 p.m. and in Africa as well around 2, 3, and 4, and in the West, Middle, South Asia around 6, 7, and 8 a.m. And in Southeast Asia, we share the same time. And only our Pacific region from Fiji will start in the afternoon for tomorrow. But please keep in mind that we start in Thailand time at 9 a.m. for tomorrow's session on the section for second day. Tomorrow there will be the topic on the the technology of rice mill. So tomorrow there will be the professor from Agricultural University in Thailand. She is very expertise in these kinds of the technology in rice mill factory. Tomorrow there will be the comparative between the traditional and the modern technology in the rice mill factory. that would be for tomorrow's session. And today we are coming to the closing session for the first day of the training course. We would like to thank Taiga again for funding this kinds of cooperation project, and we are willing to cooperate with you more in the next 3 days and further on. And if some people are not doing the pre-test, we ask you for your kind appreciation to do the pre-test, and on the last day we will do again for the post-test together. And I think today we are try it already, so I would like to say thank you very much, and we will see you tomorrow at 9 a.m. in Thailand time. Thank you very much. ขอบคุณครับ